All right, I thought I'd share a find with you guys. I was going through the Dead Sea Scrolls and modern translations of the Old Testament, just seeing how modern translations have handled the finds of the Dead Sea Scrolls. I came across this book, Harold Scanlin. I've really enjoyed reading it so far. It's pretty good, so I'd definitely recommend it. But I came to Psalms 145. Psalms 145 is a acrostic psalm, meaning that each successive verse begins with a successive Hebrew letter of a Hebrew alphabet. Now there's a verse missing, which is somewhere around verse 14. And the Hebrew letter that we're missing is Nun, and it goes in between Mem and Semek. Now, there are other textual evidence other than just the Dead Sea Scrolls that attest to the missing verse, which is the Septuagint, the LXX, and the Syriac. They both attest to it, along with the Qumran scrolls. Now, it being an acrostic psalm and it missing a verse, it's not really uncommon, because Psalms 25 and Psalms 34 both have they're partial acrostics. But here in Psalms 145, we actually have textual evidence to support us placing the missing Hebrew letter into our text. So, in looking at the modern translations, we have the NRSV. It now cites the Qumran evidence. The NEB also includes a passage, but citing the Greek evidence, so the Septuagint. Surprisingly, the REB retains the passage and changes the evidence to the Qumran find alone, and the NIV also includes the lines also citing the Qumran evidence. So, when we're looking at some of these modern translations, it's real helpful to see which ones actually update their text according to new finds. Now, this stuff doesn't really change doctrine or anything like that. But when we look at some of the older translations that refuse to update themselves, such as like the King James Version, and I guess this is real helpful in the King James only debate, because does the textual evidence that has been provided, does it change anything? Should it be added to the King James Version? I think absolutely yes. I mean, the evidence is overwhelming. It should be there, and there's evidence that it should be there. As far as the other partial acrostic psalms, we don't have any evidence, so there's nothing to update. It's a moot point on that. But as far as Psalms 145, we have evidence that it should be there. So those that claim the King James is the perfect, inspired word of God, and it's perfect in every which way. Well, it's a good translation. I like it, but however, I think they need to step up to the plate and fix some of these problems. There's complete authenticity for the missing verse. So for one to claim that the King James is the only inspired, infallible, perfect word of God in the English language, well, it's missing a verse that clearly should be there. So, I mean, I guess this is helpful in the King James only debate. So, those of you that are interested in the Dead Sea Scrolls and how it's affected modern translations, go ahead and check out this book. So far, what I've read of it, it's a really good book. So I've rather enjoyed it. I hope this helps. God bless you guys.